If we had the other Snapchat content, would it show these things about Huston going off about Ryan?
Yes, several threats.
What would your reaction be when he's making these threats? How did you handle it?
Laughed it off, used sarcasm, sometimes replied inappropriately, like when he would say, he said one time, "Don't use your husband's truck in the morning, there's going to be a bomb planted under it." And I replied, "Gee, thanks for the heads up."
Yeah, okay. So does that mean, though, do those messages mean that you, or did you, want your husband dead?
No.
Did you see Huston the night of June 17th into June 18th?
No.
I guess we do have these Snapchats about shell casings.
Yes.
What's going on?
Again, it's not the first time that had been talked about. I didn't take him seriously. He had made a comment before about walking into the shop. When Ryan was there, I was gone with the kids at the swimming pool. And he had made a comment. He said, "If you get home and find your husband dead, make sure you pick up those shells for me." And I had asked him, "What in the world, like LOL, what does that mean?" And he said, "Well, according to CSI, that's how they always catch the killer." So I took it as a joke.
Okay.
So it had been referenced before. It was 3:30 in the morning, like you said, and I said there were several messages before that he was very aggressive towards me that night and upset and angry. When those messages came through, I was more or less Snapchat. Like most of you know, once you open a message and you exit out, the Snapchat is gone. It's not like a text that you can go back and reread what was there. I halfway read messages, didn't always read them thoroughly, I wasn't paying attention, plain and simple.
And your belief, when you said go, did you believe that you said more?
I know I said more. I sent 3 messages in a row.
What did they say?
Go to sleep. 3 messages, like putting periods in between the words to emphasize go to sleep.
So, during the night then, I want to get to the part. What wakes you up?
Crashing noise.
Okay. Did your kids wake up at the crashing noise?
No.
Did your kids wake up at any gunshots?
No.
So you heard a crashing noise. What do you do?
I got out of bed and I stumbled on the dog at the end of the bed and I walked out of the bedroom. I walked into the bathroom because that's what I thought it was our shower caddy had fallen. It had fallen earlier in the week.
All right. Where did you go next?
I went to the kitchen next and looked out the window that is over the sink, which overlooks basically our driveway and front yard.
Did you see anybody out there?
I did not.
What did you do next?
Then I went and walked into the living room on the other side of the house to turn on, well, in all honesty, to yell at Ryan for not waking up with me, because my thought was, why isn't he up looking, like how did he not hear that? So then I walked to the living room and turned on a lamp.
Was there some point that we've heard that you said that you got up at some point and heard Ryan snoring? Is that a different time window then?
When I got up to go to the bathroom around what I thought was 3 o'clock in the morning, I heard him snoring regularly.
Okay.
When I was in the kitchen, I heard a single snore sound come from the living room.
Okay. Do you have your phone in your hand while you're walking, making these steps?
Most likely, yes.
So, you get to the living room, you turn on the lamp. What happens?
I see Ryan, and then I see a large pool of blood. I shook his foot,
Okay.
and then I just started screaming.
And then how long are we waiting before we call Aaron Cooper?
It seemed like forever, but a couple of minutes. I ran back out of the living room through the dining room, and I was halfway up the steps when Cade was coming down the steps. I think I scared him because I remember him like turning around like he was going to run away from me, like run back up the steps, and then he realized it was me, and I grabbed him and we went downstairs, and I put him in the bedroom, and I went in the bedroom as well, and I believe that's where I called Aaron from, was the bedroom. So to answer your question, it was probably a couple of minutes, but it felt like a lifetime.